Jonathan plus Kwankwaso, 2027 shock alliance. What about P2B? Breaking news in Nigerian politics. Former President Goodluck Jonathan is back in the headlines as his camp makes moves ahead of the 2027 presidential election. Reports say Jonathan's camp has been in talks with Rabiu Kwankwaso, the former Kano state governor, to explore a powerful alliance. Welcome to Chinick TV, the home of fearless debates, deep political analysis, and the stories shaping Nigeria and Africa's future. Today, we are diving into a shocking twist. Former President Goodluck Jonathan is making moves for 2027, and his possible alliance with Rabiu Kwankwaso could shake the political table, putting him directly against P2B and even President Tinubu. Who really stands a chance in this battle for Nigeria's soul? Stay with us because this is one report you can't afford to miss. According to insiders, Kwankwaso's camp demanded the vice presidential slot, while Jonathan's camp is weighing whether to accept or look elsewhere. Perhaps at a younger northern governor who can bring youth votes. But here is the big question. Is Jonathan's candidacy more viable than P2B's movement? Let's break it down. Let's begin with Jonathan's return. Goodluck Jonathan is not a small name in Nigeria politics. As former president, he carries the image of an elder statesman, remembered for peacefully conceding power in 2015. To many, he represents experience and stability. But Jonathan's biggest challenge is clear. What political party will he run on? The PDP is crowded, with Atiku Abubakar still eyeing the ticket. The APC belongs to Bola Tinubu, who will fight to retain power. That leaves the third force options like NNPP, ADC, or a fresh coalition. Without a strong party platform, Jonathan's ambition risks being seen as empty noise. And Nigerians will ask, if Jonathan couldn't fix Nigeria between 2010 and 2015, what has changed now? Now let us see why Kano matters, and this is where Kwankwaso enters the story. Kano State is not just another state, it is one of Nigeria's largest voting blocks, with millions of registered voters. Whoever controls Kano has a massive head start in the north. Jonathan's camp knows this. That's why they are cutting Kwankwaso. Reports say Kwankwaso's team asked for vice presidential slot in exchange for delivering Kano and parts of the northwest. Jonathan's camp did not say no, but they are also considering alternatives, such as a younger northern governor who could bring fresh energy and attract youth support. This shows Jonathan's strategy: balance Kano's voting power with the youth factor. But can it work? Now let us look at Kano demand versus youth politics. Kwankwaso is popular in Kano and has a royal base known as the Kwankwasia movement. Outside Kano, his influence is weaker. Some analysts argue that giving him the vice presidential slot may not guarantee nationwide youth support. That's why Jonathan's team is also scouting for a younger northern politician, possibly a sitting governor, to serve as his running mate. The logic is simple. Younger Nigerians now form the largest voting group. In 2023, youth turnout surged because of the Obi movement. If Jonathan can combine Kano votes with a youthful northern partner, he may pose a real threat to both Tinubu and Obi. But if he chooses wrong, he risks alienating either Kano or the youth and losing both. But is Jonathan more viable than Obi? Now, let's compare Jonathan's comeback to P2B's movement. Jonathan's strengths: national name, recognition, South-South anchor, experience, ability to negotiate with northern elites. Jonathan's weaknesses: no party yet, corruption baggage from his presidency, limited appeal to younger voters who want change. P2B's strengths: huge youth support, brand of integrity, social media energy, and emotional connection with urban voters. P2B's weaknesses: weak party structure, internal Labour Party crisis, and lack of deep penetration in Northwest and Northeast. So, who is more viable? If Jonathan actually locks down Kwankwaso and a major party platform, he may have a better geographical spread. But P2B still has stronger credibility and momentum among Nigerians seeking a real alternative. In short, Jonathan may look stronger on paper, but P2B is still stronger in spirit. Now let us see the strategic implications, because this possible Jonathan Kwankwaso deal has a serious implications for 2027. 1. For Jonathan, he must quickly choose a party and a running mate. Any delay makes him look unserious. 2. For Kwankwaso, he must decide if he is willing to play a second fiddle again. Remember, he refused to be Obi's VP in 2023. 3. For Obi, he must position himself as the true alternative to old system politicians. He should form alliances in the Middle Belt and the Southwest to balance out the Northwest disadvantage. 4. For Tinubu, a Jonathan Kwankwaso ticket could divide northern votes, weakening APC's chances in 2027. Now the big questions for viewers. So, here are the questions Nigerians must ask. Can Jonathan truly return as president after leaving office for decades ago? Is Kwankwaso the kingmaker of the North, or is his influence overrated outside Kano? Will youth voters accept Jonathan, or will they remain loyal to P2B's movements? And after Jonathan and Kwankwaso strike a deal, will P2B survive the 2027 election map? One thing is clear. Nigeria politics is heating up. Jonathan's possible comeback with Kwankwaso adds a new twist to the 2027 race. But whether this alliance becomes real or collapses under ego and mistrust remains to be seen. Do you think Jonathan is more viable than P2B? Or is this just another elite power game that Nigerians should reject? Drop your thoughts below. Like this video and don't forget to subscribe to Chinick TV, where we decode Nigeria's biggest political stories.